Hi, it's Tanya for My Forking Life, and today we're in the kitchen and we are making a delicious black-eyed pea salad. Now this salad is made from scratch and it is tossed in a tangy and spicy vinaigrette. All right, let's get started. To start my vinaigrette, I'm going to combine some extra virgin olive oil in a bowl, some white distilled vinegar, malt vinegar, and if you don't have malt vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, some black pepper, some kosher salt, some fresh parsley, just a little bit for flavor, as well as some fresh thyme. And I'm going to use a whisk to kind of combine that. And now we're going to add a few chopped veggies to that vinaigrette. I'm going to chop a red bell pepper, some jalapeno, and some green onion. Oopsie. Now I'm going to chop this jalapeno. I am going to remove the seeds and the membrane so that my salad isn't too spicy. This is a really big jalapeno. Usually I use two, but since this one is so large, I'm just going to use one. I'm going to chop this green onion. So that's a big piece. La 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 la. I've also got some chopped garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add that as well. And then we stir all that up. Look how bright, delicious it is. So pretty. You could smell it, but we're not done yet. So now that we've got our vinaigrette ingredients prepared, I'm going to cover that and set that to the side. Now it's time to prepare our black-eyed peas. Now, in order to prepare your black-eyed peas, you do want to make sure you pick over the peas because sometimes those peas do have some twigs or stones in it. I actually found a stone in this batch. You're also going to want to give them a quick rinse. I am going to quick soak my beans for cooking. So you're basically going to put that in a pot, cover it with about 6 cups of water, and that was 2 cups of black-eyed peas that I used. And I'm using water, but you could also use stock if you prefer, but I find that this salad has enough flavor as is, so I'm just going to use water. I am going to season this with some smoked paprika. Now, you could use bacon if you want to, but I'm using smoked paprika because it's going to give those beans a little bit of a flavor, as well as I still wanted to keep this completely vegan. I'm going to give that a little bit of stir to get that seasoning kind of in there. And I'm going to bring this to a boil for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to turn off the heat and cover it for an hour before I continue to cook the beans. You see our black-eyed peas have come to a boil. We're only going to let these boil for 2 minutes. So watch it. You don't want it to let it boil longer than that because we're not cooking it at this time. This is the quick soak. There's a black-eyed pea on the side. So I've turned off the heat and now I'm going to cover the peas and let them sit to the side to soak, quick soak for an hour before we come back and finish cooking them. All right, I'll be back. All right, so it's been about an hour, a little bit more than an hour. And you can see our beans. They have soaked nice and plump. They are not done. We are going to need to cook these. Now, sometimes people like to drain it and use fresh water. I was taught that it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to actually cook the beans in this liquid that they soaked in so they can still gather flavor. So I'm going to cook these. Well, I'm actually going to bring this water to a simmer over medium heat. And then I'm going to cover them and cook them for about 20 to 45 minutes. Now you want to watch your beans at this stage because you don't want to overcook your beans, because if you do, they'll get kind of mushy and it won't look as pretty, I guess. So you just kind of want to watch them for about 20 to 45 minutes. So let me use this. So our black eyed peas have softened. You can see a lot of that liquid is gone, but they are done. Probably a little bit overdone, but either way, we're going to go ahead and drain this, and then we're going to add it to that vinaigrette that we've mixed before. Right, so this is that vinaigrette that I set to the side earlier, and I'm going to pour those beans into that pot. Less dishes. Okay, so adding the beans to that vinaigrette. Even though the beans are hot, it's fine. And I'm going to slightly stir them to get them covered up. And that is it for this salad. Now, you can season it with an additional salt and pepper after you taste it. Now, this salad is still hot. You can serve it as is, or you can place it in the refrigerator after you let it cool a bit, and then serve it later after it's cooled and chilled. But I'm hungry right now, so I'm going to eat a little bit right now. Make sure you get those beans and that vinaigrette. I'm gonna take a bite because I'm starving. It was really good now. It's even better after it's chilled. All right, guys. Until the next time,